Now, let's be honest for a minute. If your exams are coming up tomorrow or the next day, this approach probably isn't going to work for you. In an ideal situation, you would take the time to dig your wells before you're thirsty. What that means in this context is that you want to know what memory palaces are and have at least one solid memory palace network set up and working comfortably before you start to study for your exams. You could build a ladder to the moon with all the different memorization techniques out there, but I teach a very particular approach called the magnetic memory method. You may have heard of it, especially if you're a regular here. And because I teach the specific approach based on total preparation, I would recommend that you get yourself set up before crunch time, before exams are staring you down the nose, making your palms sweaty and giving you nightmares. The magnetic memory method approach uses location-based memorization strategies, all based around memory palaces. You'll need more than one memory palace, and you'll need to do some self-exploration. But the good news is, it's super simple to do, and the process is a lot of fun. The first step in the process is to have a carefully defined memory palace. Before you ever pick up a book, even if it's scriptural, you'll determine how much material you want to memorize from it. And then you'll create a memory palace in advance so you can recall that information with ease when you need it. But what if you're new here and you've never created a memory palace before? I've got you covered. Grab my free 4-video memory course below and the series will get you up to speed. You can get it by simply visiting magneticmerrymethod.com. Second, you need to get in the right mindset for studying. Setting a good mental attitude is key before you even pick up the book. This allows you to mentally take away the most essential information. And part of getting into the proper mindset has to do with relaxation. Before diving in to use any particular memory technique, I always take a moment to chill and relax. I do this by using fairly traditional meditation techniques with breathwork and extended muscle relaxation, including the use of rollers, which are inexpensive and unlock a ton of bliss if you learn how to use them correctly. Now, some people have a very specific vision of meditation and what it means, but for our purposes as learners, it doesn't have to be complicated. Meditation, in my mind, is as simple as sitting with your back and neck straight, imagining there's a hook in the top of your head attached to a string that's pulling you straight up, and then you just sit there and breathe. Some people believe that meditation is about emptying your mind, and it can be like that too. Here are two of my favorite metaphors. You're sitting on the bank of a river, your thoughts are the river, and you just watch them go by. Then anytime you find yourself being sucked away by the river, you just bring yourself back to the shore and watch the river again. Imagine an elephant that's tied to a chain on the ground. The elephant, your mind, is romping around like crazy. You tie it to the ground with a stake, and then a couple seconds later you have to go and tie it down again. And with enough training, you can get the elephant to sit down and go to sleep. That second metaphor, the mind as an elephant, is a bit more appropriate for memory techniques. Alan Watts once said that meditation should have no goal whatsoever. It should be sitting just to sit. And in his Tim Ferriss podcast, Sam Harris says, all you're doing is paying exquisitely close and non-judgmental attention to whatever you're experiencing. Even if you can't get your metaphorical elephant to stop running off, still take a moment to sit and breathe. Take the time to chillax before you start memorizing. This allows you to approach memorization with the right attitude, still, gentle, not fighting for or clamoring after anything. You're just being and absorbing information as you apply magnetic imagery to information as you weave it into your memory palaces. You might even think about it like this. You are a being, and the information is also like a being. You get to absorb that other being into you, something you can bring into yourself through the combination of a relaxed body and imagination. And if meditation isn't your thing, you can also just leave it out. Just do some progressive muscle relaxation exercises or pendulum breathing. This combines physical processes with a particular way of breathing, or maybe you can listen to some music to get you ready to study. Explore different options, but understand that the absence of relaxation makes learning much more difficult than it needs to be. All right, now that you're relaxed and ready to become a metaphorical knowledge sponge, let's break down the memorization process step by step.